All right, today's Daf Nun Dalid.
Welcome back.
Oh, Mazel Tov Avi. You like that? Sure. I called him with his real name. All right, we're holding all the way in the bottom Daf Nun Gimel with Beis. Omar F. Papi. In case you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. Omar F. Papi. You like that, huh? No, I was looking. Yeshua asked me to say it. I don't know why. It's all for Yeshua.
You make any money off of that?
Well, we're trying. He's trying. He gets all the profits from YouTube. Omer Papi Boyer of Bibi Barabayo. Veshet halacha is by the veshet, the food pipe, nikuvas v'mashu. Thank you. We said that all you need to make it a treifa is a small hole. And therefore, drusasi b'mashu. So if this claws, and it clawed a small hole in the food pipe, and then it is a treifa. Kana nikuvasa b'ki'isr. When it comes to the trachea, you need an isser, size of a coin. Drusasi b'kama. How much you need drusa? How much? Huh? A mashu, no. Mashu is even a pen, even a needle. Isser is much larger than a pen. Oh, I forgot my kana at home. Okay, we'll have to remember what we learned because we're going to get to it soon. Drusasoi b'kama. What's the bayo? The pashto echod zev b'mashu. My time ziharei mikla kvazel. So if there's a small drop of this poison, this venom that was injected through, eventually it's going to get to the kana and it's going to spread and it's going to be the size of an isser. That's one way of learning it. That's the partial way of learning it. Yosef Rav Yitzchak bar Shmuel bar Marsa, Kamei Rav Nachman. V'Yosef v'Kamar. Drusa sha'amru tzricha b'dika keneged b'nei ma'ayim. So, like we said yesterday, when an animal is attacked by a cat, a lion, any type of animal that has claws, and you don't know exactly if it was clawed or not, and you check the insides. Where? Keneged b'nei ma'ayim. We have a picture here. What's the b'nei ma'ayim? B'nei ma'ayim is all the intestines, all the innards.
I know that.
Viscera. Here. Here's Keneged b'nei ma'ayim. Here, Rabbi. All the green, from green to green. You have to check everywhere, all the way to the top, all the way around, and make sure that you don't see any red, because the red is indication of poison, and the poison is going to attack one of the avarim, and it's going to make a hole in the aver. Any hole in the aver is usually b'mashu, and it becomes treif. So anything within the green area, you have to check, meaning these legs over here, you don't have to check because there's no aver. Even if the venom went into the leg, it's not a problem. Rav Nachman Omar heard him. Rebbeinu Shloim. What are you saying? Only b'nei mayim. Mikapa v'adatmo. Mikapa is a lotion of a spoon. V'adatmo. My kappa. We're going to see what that means. My kappa. Ile makapa the other. If you're talking about the spoon of the hand, meaning the shoulder blade, this giant bone right over here. Hainu keneged b'nei mayim. Take a look. The green line lining up by the shoulder blade and the b'nei ma'ayim line up exactly. So what did Rav Nachman? Why was he so upset? He goes like him, Rebbeinu Shloim. It's not b'nei ma'ayim. It's the atma. So what did he add? Elo mikapa de moicha. So you have to say it's talking about the skull. Skull is also roundish. Could be like a spoon. So it goes from the skull all the way to here. What did he add? He added that you have to check also the simanim. These green arrows over here, you have to check this area right over here. You won't have to check over here. The thickness of the neck, you don't have to, that we learned yesterday in Rashi. But the simanim area you have to check. So it's not only b'nei ma'ayim, also the simanim. Maybe he got a real nice claw to the neck. These are your sugyas, Mendy. The clawing, the jungle, the lion, a few drisas, no? I needed you last night.
Even if it wasn't a claw to the neck, even if it was a claw lower down, you have to check the neck, but it could be its spread.
It's not going to spread that way.
That's the whole point.
No, that's not the whole point.
of saying once it's a drusa, you have to check the bnei ma'ayim.
It's going to go. It has to be opposite. Rashi says it has to be opposite an aver. Has to be opposite an aver. In other words, within a few. Yeah, the dris has to be below an aver. Let's say below the kidney, and it travels up to the kidney, travels up to the liver. But it doesn't. The liver is not a problem. But you're not gonna. It's not gonna get a drusa over here and travel over this way. It's not venom of a snake that travels like that. It eats up at the meat, and then eventually it gets to one of the ivarim and attacks it. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, sha'akol niyeh b'dvaroi.
No, as if it gets into the bloodstream.
It's not that it gets into the bloodstream, right? Ki solig Rav Chia, that's why I recommend coming Matzah Shabbos. It's a very good idea. Ki solig Rav Chia bar Yosef, ashkechinu l'Rabbi Yochanan v'Reish Lakish diyasbu kamri. Rav Chia bar Yosef met Rabbi Yochanan and Reish Lakish. He saw them saying, "Drusa sha'amru tzricha b'diko keneged b'nei mayim." A drusa needs a b'diko by the mayim. Omar lo Elohim. Moiri ba Rav. Rav said, "Mikapo v'adatmo." And why are you saying b'nei mayim? Omar Reish Lakish, Manu Rav u'Manu Rav. Very interesting story. Says Reish Lakish, who's this Rav that you keep on mentioning? I have no idea who he is. I don't recognize him. Omer Rabbi Yochanan. So Rabbi Yochanan tells Reish Lakish, you don't remember Rav that he was a shamish to Rebbe Rabba, the great Rebbe, the Nasi, the Rebbe Chia. So we had a few days ago, we also had Rebbe Rabba, and over there some of the Achronim, I forgot what it was, like some Seidah Deiris asks, how is it possible that Rabbi Yehuda Nasi was in the same generation as Rabbi Yochanan, who came much later? And some people want to say that it's the grandchild of Rabbi Yehuda Nasi, whose also name was Rabbi Yehuda. But it seems like over here it's not so much like that. I don't know why. Anyways, Rebbe Rabba, the great Rebbe, Rebbe Chia, because maybe it's the same generation as Rebbe Chia, couldn't be the grandson. I'm not so familiar with the generation. I just know it's a little bit of an issue. V'alehim, koloisim shanim, sheshim eshoisi talmud b'yeshiva. Says Rabbi Yochanan, all those years that Rav was there in the yeshiva, ani shimashti b'amida, I was not as chashav as him. I had a stand, and he was sitting. Talmud b'yeshiva, sorry. So he was Talmud b'yeshiva. He was sitting, and I was standing. Meaning, Rav is even greater than me, Rabbi Yochanan. So what do you mean, Reish Lakish? You don't know who Rav is. So Reish Lakish asked him, Uman Govaru. Govar bekulos. He said he's great in everything. He's great in Torah and in Chasidus. He's complete. He's it. So Mela says Reish Lakish, Miyad Pasuk Reish Lakish v'Omar Biram Zochor. Yeah, I remember. Zochor Yisrael Shlatoiv. I remember Rav Shomru. Now Rash says Rav used to live in Bavel. I'm sorry, in Eretz Yisrael with Rabbi Yochanan, and eventually he made his way to Eretz Yisrael. So that's why maybe Reish Lakish to Bavel. He went from Eretz Yisrael to Bavel, and that's why Reish Lakish didn't really remember him. There's different pshatim here, what exactly happened in the story. Al Kapanim, Reish Lakish says, I do remember that he said, Sh'amru Shmu Mepiv, they said something in his name, Shmuto Shchuta Ksheir. You have a kana, the trachea, which was displaced. It moved away from its makkah and it's unplugged, and it's shechted. What do you do? Ksheira. Why? If it gets disconnected, it'll start going down the neck. You won't be able to shecht it.
How's it kosher?
So obviously it wasn't disconnected. You found it. You shechted it when it wasn't disconnected. The fact that you find it disconnected, that happened after the shechita.
Maybe this is the guy going up into the roof. They made him come onto the roof.
No, that was Avira. That was Avira.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's Avira. Maybe it's the same person because he said he was a mishamish of.
No, that's Avira and Abaya. This is Rabbi Yochanan and Rav. Says the Gemara, Rabbi Yochanan Omer Yovi v'Yakif. You check it out. Hakaf again, the lashon of checking out. What do? You take basic pshat is you take the kana that you shechted, you cut it again, and you check the color. Or maybe perhaps you check the way it's cut. If it's a nice straight cut, then you know that it happened before shchita, so it's a good shchita, or maybe the coloration is different. Al kapanim, there's a way to check it, and you see if it was a shchuta before or after. Should go like this. This is for, we're not really using this. This is just for background. Yeah, exactly. That's our mascot. By the way, we're Eli Stefansky is finishing like in less than 2 weeks. So hopefully sometime before the end of the 2 weeks, like towards the end, we'll do some sort of shechita somehow. We'll have to figure out exactly if we're going to bring the shaychet here and the animal here. I don't mean to this room, but Mendy's wife said it's okay to do it on her porch. So we might do it over there, or we might have to go to what?
I have a garden.
You don't mind in your garden?
No.
When I told my wife that there's a certain day I want to send her to the spa, she, without even thinking, she says, absolutely not. You're not shechting in my house. I don't know how she chapped, but
Did she watch the YouTube video?
I don't know. I don't know what she chapped right. This is the first time I offered her a spa day, so it's like she chapped right away. Yeah. Okay, Omer Rav Nachman. Loishanu, this whole thing where it's shamot and we don't know and we could check it and we can't check it. The shaycha didn't grab on and hold on to the simanim. Once he grabs onto the simanim, then it's a problem because now he's holding it in place and now you could shech. You're saying before that the kana starts slipping and it's going to be a different type of cut, but if he holds on to it, it's not a different cut. And there's no raya that it happened before shechita. Maybe it was shamut before shechita, and your shechita was no good. It just looks good because he held on to it.
Then nowadays when they catch it with the hydraulics, is that called that it was toughness or no? When they bend the neck all the way
Yeah, but there's no reason to believe that it was a shmuta.
Well, if you cut it, you see that it was shamut.
I don't think so. No, because over there you're grabbing the jaw, you're pulling the jaw back. You're not holding onto the kan and the veshet. Over here he's literally holding onto the kan and veshet, making. He's grabbing onto the neck part, but the machine, the hydraulic, grabs the neck, grabs the jaw, which pulls the neck backward. It's not touching a kana anyways. All right, so now we're holding. It's like we're 12 daf into Eli Stefansky, still holding in the Mishnah, and we're finally at the end of the Mishnah. The Mishnah finally says Zeh klal, anything that has a sort of injury that the animal is going to die within 12 months is treif. Zeh klal asui mai. So what does it come to include? Not only these 18 treifas, but also anything else that's going to die within 12 months. What? So like the Gemara says in the beginning of the parak, I wasn't here, Menachem, I watched the video. So there's 7, like after the famous sefer, Shav Shmaitza, the 7 other treifas that actually are included in the Mishnah. We take out 7, we put these 7 in. Like we discussed some of them yesterday. If the skull is crushed, or the one of the kidneys is laka, it got bad, different things like that. Or we discussed the other day the one of the ribs was missing from the nekar, it was taken out completely. Those are one of the 7 shav shmaitza. So when it says Zeh klal, it comes to include these 7. The Bei Yosef Rishba, the people from Yosef the hunter. So I guess they knew how to hunt as well. It says Machu begido neshaya v'katli. They would hit the animal in its gida nasha, sciatic nerve, v'katli, and then eventually the animal would die. What? Stunning, okay, right. They had to catch the animal. How did they catch a deer, let's say?
Yeah, they wanted the chef.
They wanted the chef. So they shot it in the Gida Nasha. They made sure that the arrow hit the Gida Nasha and didn't penetrate and hit other organs. So there wouldn't be a treifa. But as we said the other day, Gida Nasha is very sensitive. If you cut the meat of a Gida Nasha down here, the animal will die. Above here, not. Down here, yes. So Gida Nasha has Shemalei come back. Gida Nasha has the properties of killing an animal. So they were great hunters, and they hit the animal right in the Gida Nasha. Shaila is, since this animal is going to die anyways, is this considered a treifa? It's not brought down in the Mishnah. It's not one of the things in the Mishnah. Could you add things to the Mishnah? Says the Gemara, you can't add. That's it. This animal's going to die. No, maybe you could give it, as the Gemara is going to say, you could heal it. The Bey Papa Baraba Rishpa, again, another family of hunters. Machu Bekulya Vikatle. They would hit it in the kidney, and like that, it would die. Also, the Kamei de Rebbe Abba, as we're going to see soon, that if you remove the kidneys, it's not a problem. The first Mishnah says, Laka, if the kidney was Laka, that's bad. That maybe gives disease to the whole animal and it dies. But removing a kidney is not a problem. If you have a diseased kidney, it's a problem. What about a shot kidney? An arrow through the kidney? Says the Gemara, at the end of the day, it's the 18 and no more. But why? It's going to die. And you say in the Mishnah even, anything that dies within 12 months, if you give it medication and it's going to live, then it's not considered treifa. Over here you could just medicate it. Even if you didn't medicate it, it's kilu that you were able to, and it's not considered a treifa. And like this, we finished the first Mishnah in Elu Treifos. Says the next Mishnah.
Therefore, even if you don't.
Even if you don't have to. You have the ability to, so it's not a real treifa. Treifa means it's going to die. Whether you like it or not, it's going to die. You have nothing, yeah. Zog the Mishnah. Ve'elu. Right. Of a snake. No, because we were discussing what's the difference between is clawing a venom. From the Gemara's mashmat, it's venom. We know in our days at least, it's not venom. It's more like a bacteria. So, but you see that a snake bite is not a treifa, but clawing is a treifa. What's the difference? Snake bite attacks the nervous system of the animal. It's a different type of thing. That there's an antidote for that. If somebody gets bit today by a snake, by a cobra, you give them a little bit of this potion, whatever it is, and they can live. Serum and they live. But a treifa, they couldn't. There's no in their chagav, and that's not yet to our sugya later, and then that's just a general rule in treifas. Today, if we have the cure for whatever it is, a hole in the lung, we could do surgery. It's not a problem. Nobody dies from a hole in the lung. It's still a treifa, obviously. The Shulchan Aruch says because in the time of the Gemara it was a treifa, that treifa goes today. And if today we have a disease that animals die from AIDS, whatever it is, and it's going to die within 12 months, it's not a treifa. It's only what the Mishnah says is a treifa, and that's it. We can't play around with those things, and even if we have the cure, don't have the cure, and he says, I forgot who says, doctors today can make dead ones alive and live ones dead, and ein lanu elo, whatever it says in the Mishnah.
Well, you said before that with the missing kidney that
Yeah.
survive.
Oh, that's how I'm going to get to it in this Mishnah, right here.
Yeah,
That's in the liver regeneration.
That's
Kidney is a problem.
the kidney is a problem.
Right.
So to which they answer
Right.
that
That they did a study.
by humans, but it seems by animals it can survive without.
Right. So let's see the Mishnah. Says the Mishnah, "Ve'elu ksherois ba'behema." We finished saying all the treifas in the behema. These are kosher in the behema. This Mishnah almost goes step in step with the first Mishnah, but it tells us what's kosher. Nikva hagargeres. If the kana has a small nekev, it's not a problem. It's kosher. Oishin is the ka. So if you remember, if there's a slit down the gargeres, going from top to bottom, not sideways like shchita, but top to bottom, since when the animal bends over, every time it bends its neck, it actually pulls the cut tight. I don't have my little kana, but that's how it goes. MMA law, it's kosher. We said over there in that sugya that as long as there's one chulya, according to one shita, one chulya means three of those cartilages on each side, rings, or even a mashu. So we'll say even a mashu on each side of the kana, it's completely kosher. Akama techzar, how much do you need to have a hole in the kana and make it treif? Reb Shimon Gamliel oimer ad ki isori talki. And the Gemara is going to have a whole discussion. What does ad mean? Does it mean Isser Talki is good, or Isser Talki is already on the other side of the fence. Isser Talki, an Italian coin called Isser. Nivchaso Hagul Goylas. What if there's a hole in the skull? And we said the brain has two membranes. So whatever one we're discussing, the lower one, the upper one, but the krum wasn't punctured, there's just a hole in the skull, so it's kosher. That's not going to kill the animal. Just having a hole in the skull is not a big deal. Nikav halev v'loy lebeis chalaloi. Let's see. Lave, here we go. This is the lave. So if there's a hole through and through, right over here, but it didn't go through the cavity of the lave, just punctured the hole in the lave and went literally through, or even the center of the heart, right through the heart, the animal will still live. I always wonder, like, when we're learning Chullin, they say the story about the Chazon Ish, that somebody came to him with a big surgery, the famous story, and he took out a piece of paper and he said, tell the doctor you should do the surgery like this and like this. So I wonder if it's from Eli Stefansky, like, he got it from the Gemara. No, maybe from here. That you can have a bullet wound right through the heart and the animal will live. Because it's not through the chol. We learned it has to be through the chol of the animal, of the heart, not the other part of the heart. Nishbira hashidra. I numbered this for the shir on Thursday night. So here it is. From this side. If you can see, this is the shedra, and this pole inside is the chut shedra. So if the spine broke, but the chut inside did not break, it's kosher. Nitla hakoved b'nishayim kizayis. In the Mishnah, the first Mishnah, it says if the liver was removed and nothing was left, and we had a machlokes in Gemara if it's a mashu or kizayis. Over here, the Mishnah chaps the lashon of kizayis. And we said that recent science, only 150 years ago, discovered that you could remove 7/8 of a liver and it will still regenerate to its original size. Chachamim knew things that it took thousands of years to discover. Hemseis ubeis hakoisois shenikvu zel terze. So you have here, back to my favorite picture. Exactly. Stomach 2 and stomach 3 are very close to each other. This is the beis hakoisois, this is the hemseis. So if there's a hole, so naturally there's a nice big hole over here that the food goes through. What if it was created another hole? Now it has two ways to get in. It's not gonna leak into the body and cause issues. It's leaking into the place it needs to go to anyways. So it goes from 2 to 3, 3 to 2. It's not a big deal. So it's kosher. Here, this green little guy, that's the spleen. If that was removed completely, it's not a problem. Although we saw that if it was a loika, then it's a problem. Nitlu akloyos. This seems to be, according to the Tmunei Chol, one of the biggest problems in entire Elu Trefus. This line here. How does this fit in with medicine today? If the kidneys were completely removed, it's not a treifa. Now we know with humans, if you remove the kidneys, person is a goner, because the kidneys basically they filter out the waste, and they create the urine and everything. Imagine without kidneys, the urine will just roam around in the body. There will be no urine, and all the extras will destroy a person within a few hours, a few days. Gone. No dialysis, the person is gone. So what about an animal? So he brings down that they just did a study, and they took out the kidney. But I don't like exactly what he's saying, because he said the study only lasts for 7 days. I'll go upon him in 7 days.
After 7 days he died.
He did die because they shechted it. So they did a study, and the animal, nothing happened to the animal. He was strong. Only in cows and in goats and in sheep, if you remove the kidney, the body has the ability, at least for 7 days, to deal with it and try to remove the waste other ways. A human for sure can't live for 7 days, but this cow lived for 7 days. Yes, it was noted that he only ate 1/3 of the typical amount of food that he ate, and he got a little skinnier, but he was healthy like a bull. Fine. Ayin Sham in Tmunei Chol, Why they didn't continue the study for a year to see that, I don't
They were
know.
afraid to die.
What?
They were afraid to die.
Exactly.
What does 7 days do?
7 days just shows that it's more than a human. A human would last no day and die. But other tests, like it was running around, it was acting normal, it was just a little skinnier. Okay, fine. Nita lechi atachton. This is also a pelvic thing. How could an animal survive without a bottom jaw? It doesn't chew its food, it could still survive more than a year. Nitlo ha'eim shelo. If its uterus was removed, I don't know if you want to see a picture, but we have a picture. V'charuso b'dei shomayim. If the lung shriveled up because of shomayim, meaning it heard thunder, saw lightning, it got frightened out of its pants that the lung shriveled up, became like a hard piece of wood. And the Gemara is going to explain what's the difference if you scare it with a horn, let's say, or Shemaim does it. Hagludo. What's the largest organ on an animal? It's skin. If all its skin is missing, it's kosher. Reb Meir Machshav v'Chacham Paisel. I'm saying no. Eventually, it's going to die without its skin. So Mamela, it's treif. Says the Gemara, Itmar. Rabbi Yochanan Amar, Elu treifos dafka. It says Elu treifos. Now, where's that thing? So the question is, this is the first Mishnah. This is just rudimentary. This is the red, the bad guys. Elu treifos. These are the 18 treifos. Meaning, only these 18. What about the green? The green is not treif. And then our Mishnah says, Elu ksheros. These are all kosher. What about the green? They're all treif. So you have a little bit of a problem. What do we do with the middle category, the green? What is the middle category exactly? Reb Shimon Lakish Omar, Elu ksheros dafka. So Reb Lakish says that our Mishnah, the Lashon in our Mishnah, is the main Lashon. That's where you make the diuk from. But Michael Mifligi says the Gemara, but the Rav Masno, the Omar of Masno, Haibuko da Atma, the Shaf Meduchte Treifa. Where's the Buko da Atma? Buko da Atma is the thigh bone. It's a ball in the joint, and it's different than a knee that just goes backwards and forwards. It's a full joint. It has full motion in all directions, full range, sideways, front and back, and it popped out of the joint. Popped out of the joint is a big problem. That creates a treifa, he says. I book it out in the Shalmaduchti treifa. Rabbi Yochanan Omar Elu treifa is dafka. So Rabbi Yochanan says the first Mishnah says Elu treifa is, and dafka those are treif and not this guy, because this is not in the Mishnah. This thigh bone. The Chazil Rav Masno the Asib Zaklal, and he noticed. Vitona treifois, Vitona zaklal. It says the 18 treifos, and then it says at the end of the Mishnah, zaklal. What does it come? V'chazil rematz das v'zaklal. My taima, the dam yilin tulei. So Rav Masna says that this popping of the joint coming out is as if you removed the liver. Let's say you removed a kidney. Why? Because you removed it. It belongs in here, and you took it out of here. So yes, it's maybe floating around the body somewhere, but it's in the wrong spot. And maybe that's like notel.
So the zaklal is last suya that?
Yeah, that's what Ramas knows. Ramas says this is treif because it's included in notel.
So he's saying that
No, not yet. That's Rav Masna. We're explaining Rav Masna. What does Rav Masna say? He noticed Rav Masna. And what's the svar in Rav Masna? Because Rav Masna says that just like a removed kidney is a treif, so removed buka is also treif. Yoni, איפה אתה הולך? בוא, תחזור שנייה. בוא. He's leaving a minute too early. In a second, we're getting to the sugi of a money changer. And I want to wish you,
That's what I'm leaving.
1 minute. I wanted to wish you a mazel tov. Yoni finished Shas yesterday. Wow. It's a tremendous simcha for us, for everybody to have such a mishtatif in our shir. So in your schus, we're going to learn the sugi of a money changer, and we'll think about you then. So we should all be zoich to finish Shas many times together. All right, Zok the Gemara. Tana the treifos. Hani the treifa. Hadar Rav Masna Ksheira. Comes Rabbi Yochanan and says, I don't agree with Rav Masna. Rav Masna says it's treif because it's similar to natal. No. Elu treifos, the first Mishnah, the ikar is this red. Elu treifos dafka this. The green, which is the buka, is not good. Is not a treif. It's kosher. Zaklal, it's whatever it is. It adds the chef shmaitza, those things. The chef shmaitza. Zog the Gemara. Our Mishnah is the main lashon. So again, going back to Rabbi Yochanan, Rabbi Yochanan says Elu Treifos is dafka. So why did it say Elu Ksherois? Agav this. Elu Ksherois means nothing. The word Elu is not to be medayik from. Because it says Elu Treifos and we make a diuk. Not the Buka Atma. So maybe I say Elu Ksherois. Rav Shokish says the opposite. This is the main lashon, Elu Ksherois. And the first Mishnah is going to be Derech Agav. Tana Treifos Tana Zaklal. The Chazid of Masna Dolayasib Zaklal. And he noticed in our Mishnah, it's not included. It should have said in our Mishnah, Buka Atma, if it pops out of the socket, is kosher. My taimo, why is it not in our Mishnah? Lavlin Kuvedamio, it's not similar to a lung, let's say, that has a hole in it. Below and it's not similar to Chudashedra that has a cut in it. Or let's say a kana that has a cut in it. And he's mechulek, and he says it's not similar at all to a removal of the liver. Why? Because it's still in the body. It's not removed. It's dislocated. Maybe it'll pop back in. It'll pop back in eventually. You could pop it back in. So Tana Elik Sherus. So it says in the Mishnah, these are the things that are kosher. Hanadik Sherus Hadar Rav Masna Treifa. I disagree that Rav Masna's case is kosher. I say Eluk Sherus. Dafka, what's mentioned in this Mishnah is kosher, but the case of Buka Atma is treif. So Rish Lakish is mechulek Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Yochanan says Buka Atma is kosher. He's medayik from the first Mishnah. Rish Lakish says Buka Atma is treif. He's medayik from the second Mishnah.
Buka Atma was the first one of the Shav Shmaitza.
Right. It's one of the.
How did the end of the Gemara just finish?
I don't know. The Shav Shmaitza is not like. It's not a tradition. I don't know. It's like these extra things. Why Dafka Shav Shmaitza and not more? That's what he was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And also, this whole sugya of is Buka Atma part of it or not should have been just before the Mishnah of Elacheris. That's what we brought that class.
Yeah, ich weiß nicht. If you have a good answer, let me know. Hi Buka the Atma the Shav Meduchte Treifa. So we just learned that if it comes out of its socket, the thigh bone, it's treif. V'Rav Amak Sheiro, Rav says it's kosher. V'Ifsik Nivei Treifa. But if the tendons around it, the sinews, he calls it. So what is Nivei? Machlekes Rashi in the Rambam, this is this picture. Rashi says it's a small little tendon inside the ball joint, connecting the ball joint with inside. It's I highlighted it a little bit. See, in the ball, behind the ball. The Rambam says it's all these joints above it. These are massive tendons. The halacha is that even if the tendon got cut, it's kosher. Adam is aklo isakule. Very interesting. If the tendon was eaten up, it had a disease, it got eaten up, then it becomes treif. But if it just snapped, it was playing ball or something and it snapped, that's not a problem. That doesn't make it treif. Fine. Ad kamo techsar, we said a kana until it's missing. How much? You didn't see, you're in Bavel or wherever, you didn't see this Isser, so you have no idea what like us in America, here in Eretz Yisrael, we have no idea what Isser Italki is. We're never zoichet to see the Roman coin Isser. So we don't know what it is. What is it? Shi'urei b'dinara kurdina. The shir is like a dinar from Kurdina, and they translate it as Kurdistan. Where?
Kaddish.
Kaddish? No, Rashi says Mahari Arirot, but nowadays is Kaddish. Vahavi kepshita zutarti. It's like a small coin. And you can find it by the money changers in the money in Pumbedisa. Omer Rav Chana Pasura. Rav Chana was a money changer. Elo minoi have a koi Barnabcha. There was Barnabcha, says Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Yochanan, the son of the smith, he came to check out. He wanted to see this coin. He wanted to find this. He came to me. I'm a money changer. He wanted to see what it looks like, to see how large a treif is, how large the hole has to be. And I want to stand up. Imagine you're sitting in your store, and the Gal Ador Rabbi Yochanan, that's not a Gal Ador. The Gemara says, Mechayim Meisim, he spoke to Shadim, he knew, Kol Ator Kula, Rabbi Yochanan, Gal Ador. Comes in, the first thing you want to do, you jump out of your seat. V'loi shafkani, and he didn't let me. Omar li, shave b'ni shave, you must sit. Ein bali umnois rashoyin lamoid mipnei tamidei chachamim b'shor sha'asugim melachtom. Rashi learns that this money changer was actually a hired money changer. He was splitting the profit with the owner, and Memela, somebody that's hired has to concentrate on his business. Rashi says he would call people off the street. He would say, anybody want to change money? Want to change money? So he couldn't stop for a second, even to stand up for the Gal Adar. He says, yes, I'm a Talmud Chacham, but you're not allowed to stand up. Taisus says, no, it could be that because Taisus learns, Rashi was bothered by the Lord V'loi Rishoi. Now, if you own your own business, you could do whatever, you could stand up if you want, but you could also sit. Because I'm in the middle of working, I don't have to stand for you. But the word Lo Rishoi means he's not allowed. So Rashi's learning, what do you mean you're not allowed? If I want to, I could. I don't have to. It should say, I don't have to. But he says, no, Lav Dafka. It could be he owned his own business, and Rav Yochanan said, listen, you're not mechuyev to, so Mamela, don't stand up for me. The Lashon Lo Rishoi is not Dafka, says Taisus. Kaparim, it's an amazing halacha.
Why would Tosfos feel the need to go away from the Pshat of Mars?
Because Meichet Teisa, the guy didn't own his own business. Why would he work for somebody? Taisus wants to go into, just to tell you another halacha maybe. You should know that even if you own your own business, you're not mechuyev to stand up. It's a very interesting halacha. Gal Adar walks in and you own your own business. You can take off 10 seconds for yourself, not make that extra dime and give cover to the Torah.
Because someone should buy so like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
You're not mechuyev to mafsid moment.
Yeah, you're not mechuyev to mafsid moment.
If you're learning koil, you be paid to that.
You shouldn't see the gadol at all. You shouldn't even notice him. You should be in the Gemara. Says the Gemara. V'loi. I mean, there's a famous story. I forgot who it was. That he was walking the field and somebody said shalom to him. He didn't answer him b'chlal because he couldn't even say. Reb Chilkiah, thank you. But he was learning then. He was like in the middle of learning because he walked the field, but he wouldn't say shalom because that's stealing from the owner. V'loi, you don't have to stand up. Asnan by bikurim. When Klal Yisrael would bring bikurim into Yerushalayim, kol balu umnoyos umniyos oimdim ivneiim. Everybody, even workers that they didn't own the business, they would stand up and give cover to the people bringing bikurim. V'shayel and b'shleimam v'oimrim lahem, and they would say to them. In other words, they took time out of their work. Instead of saying, "Hey, come change money," they would use the time to say, "Achenu anshei mokim ploini," from so and so that place by Achem b'shalom. Rabbi Yochanan himself answers, it's different. You don't stand for Tamei Chachamim, but you stand for them. I'll explain to you. Mitzvah b'shaita. Look how important a mitzvah is when you do a mitzvah. The Yeshua says from here, l'chayra, it's talking about that he wasn't learning. Because if Rabbi Yochanan was learning at that second, then he's also doing a mitzvah. Why don't you have the mitzvah of Talmud Torah? Sharei b'nei oimdim, b'nei Talmid Chachamim ein oimdim. Mimais asked the Gemara, how does Rabbi Yossi bar Oven see this? Dilmo k'dei shelo yitiyah ninsa machshilin los lovim. Maybe it's a special halach in Bikurim. You don't want to discourage people from coming and bringing Bikurim. And if you don't say hello to them, you're not nice to them. Like in Shul, sometimes there's people, I had guests that said, your Shul, they're not nice. They don't come over to new people and say, Shalom Aleichem, I'm not going to your Shul. Seriously, Ma'aseh Shaya. A few of these younger Bachram didn't want to go to Shul anyways, so use that as an excuse. Fine. Yeah.
It's talking about a time when it was forbidden by the Romans to bring the Bikurim. And so people were praying, so they...
You mean they had a reason not to bring? It was in a time that they weren't allowed to bring Bikurim. It wasn't like Sakanas Nefashis kind of can't bring. Not like Tchelis where if you wore it you would die. It was. Otherwise, it would be also to bring L'chayr.
That was designed in Yerushalayim many years ago, and they declared it B'chil Melacha.
Or Vadi Yosef.
No, long earlier than that. They declared B'chil Melacha.
They do that all the time, I think.
Yeah.
The
And they
Badas.
got to cancel it.
You weren't allowed to keep the time of persecution, you weren't allowed to keep mitzvahs.
Yeah.
And anybody did so, but people did do the mitzvahs. To encourage people.
Maybe you couldn't tell that it's Bikurim. They couldn't catch you because you had money on you. You had a basket of fruit.
They had to encourage people.
All right. Says the Gemara, Omar Rav Nachman. Ishna. What's the lashon? Ad ki'isur. Ad kisela. Ad ki'isur says Ad ki. Rav Shimon Gamliel Omer. Ad ki'isur talki. It says ad. So I made an unbelievable. Here. The blue is kosher. Add to the black line. The question is, what's the black line? Is the black line part of the blue? Or it's in the next category of red, of usr. This is the isser. The black line is the isser. If you have a hole the size, a small little hole, it's kosher, 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 until you get to a big hole the size of an isser. But if it's the size of the isser, what is it? Kosher or not kosher? This is the famous shaila. We had it the other day also, and I saw people giving me looks, ad b'chlal, ad v'loy b'chlal, what's going on here? So I made this unbelievable, very high tech. And as I was making, I was thinking about Mr. Kornbluth. Why don't you do it on the computer? Because it was going to take longer. I started. It was not good. Omar Rav Nachman Kisela. What?
Gary wasn't available.
Where is Gary? Shem Yerachem.
He's still trying to do the child.
Omar Rav Nachman Kisela ki Yosem Mikisela. The exact shear of a sela. Once you get to the black, then you're already in the red. You're already bad. It's no good. Ki Isser, and when the shear is like Ki Isser, we said Ki Yosem Ki Isser. Then once you get to that shear, it's Ad V'lo Ad B'chlal. Over here, that's V'lo Ad B'chlal. In other words, it's not in the klal of blue, it's V'lo Ad B'chlal. It's in the other klal, in the klal of red.
Kosher until you get the hole that's red.
It's kosher up until, once you get to the Isser, then it's already jumps to the next klal. It's not in the klal that you were talking about. It's V'lo Ad B'chlal. It's Ad, up until this point. Up until the black is all kosher. Once you get to black, it's somewhere else.
Difficult street going
Amar Kasavar Rav Nachman Ad V'lo Ad B'chlal. This black is not included in the original category. It's its own category. Eisvei Rav Nachman Chevel HaYotzim Min Amita. In those days, they would take these poles, put them together, and then they would take this string and go from piece of pole to pole until you had a mattress, until you had something to lay on. So now you're done with your mattress, and you have a piece of string hanging out. What halacha does it have? Like the bed or not? Ad chamisha tvachim tar. So again, you have the word ad. Up until this black line, it's tar. My love, chamisha kilamato. So l'chayra, maybe I'll say that the string is like the blue. It's still like the bed. Says Gemara, loy chamisha kilamala. No, it's a new shear. Toshma mechamisha v'ad asara tomei. But from 5 until 10, it's tomei. My love, asara kilamata. Ad asara, again, the same question. L'chayra, it should remain as the original category. Loy asara kilamala, it's a new category. Fine, we'll stop right over here. Have a wonderful day. We have to